Well, hello everybody. What? There we go. It looks like it's working now. Slow, but am I there? Live stream offline. No, it says I'm streaming. All right. It's just going to be really slow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well,
Okay.
there's a delay.
Hi everybody. I'm going to try this. This is my first time trying this. Yeah, now I can't even watch that because nothing makes sense. Where do I see the comments? Oh, there. All right, cool. I'm just going to look at that then. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm working on a custom vest, and I probably should have been better prepared than this, but I have this camera set up so that you can see my monitor, and you won't be able to see it very well, but what I'm going to do is I'm working on a custom vest where I am putting a custom design on the back of it. So I'm going to try doing that. Is it working on Facebook? Like, is it actually live feed on Facebook?
I'm trying to even get off the internet because it's janked up our Wi-Fi so bad.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go to Mail, and I need to download the graphic I'm using.
It doesn't show up in Facebook like the live video do.
Andy is watching. Hi, Andy.
We're watching.
Two are watching. Does it say who? Can I see who?
Probably no? Me for one.
No, you got it going? All right. Well, I can see some comments anyway. All right, so now I need to go to Jamie. Is that on Facebook?
No, it's on
Is it on YouTube? All right. There we go. No, that's not it. I thought she sent the graphic. I do not see the graphic anywhere. Why is the graphic not there? Is it JGuess maybe? Oh, there we go. Found it. I got it. So now I got to download this. Downloaded it is. And then I need to go into Cricut, or Cricut, which I like to call it because it annoys people. And I need to upload an image. Browse. And I need it from downloads. And it will probably be at the end. It is not. Why has it not shown up yet? It should be in downloads. Aha, there it is. Probably because the internet's so slow, right?
Probably.
For the downloadings.
Yeah.
Here it comes. There we go. And we are going to go simple because I need to cut stuff out. But there is Jamie's goat graphic. Goat, 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 goat. Which means Cricut's going to run slow if the internet's slow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. We'll make do. Continue. Oh, you made it big, Jamie. Oh yeah, it's going to be slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be slow. I should put the camera like over here, looking down, so that when I look at the TV, it actually looks like I'm looking at something.
Yeah.
Why is it not making it any smaller?
Can it maybe not make it smaller?
I don't know.
At least it's simple.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's not going to be real simple to cut, but...
Yeah, but...
All right, there's the image. Well, how do you do? All right, so now what I need to do is I need to measure across how wide this back panel is. And I have no idea. Am I looking at the back panel? God damn it. That's what I get for not having any room. I don't think I want to make it any wider than 9 inches. So we're going to go with 9 inches, which is approximately patch size. So then I want to continue. want to make it a, waiting for it to let me make it a cut image. There we go. Save. All right, now what I want to do is I want to add it to my workspace. How big is it going to make it? Ginormous. Oh, ginormous. I want the width to be 9 inches. Let's see how big that makes it. And it will make it roughly 7 inches tall. It is wider than it is tall. All right. So 9 inches by 7 inches is roughly what it's going to end up being. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to hit make it. And I need my mat. This is so weird not being able to see what I'm actually doing. Like, I suppose I can put it on the actual video page, but then it's all going to be like lagged and slow and all kinds of weirdness. I can look to see if other people are watching, I suppose. I'm going to do that once I get this started, though. So I have my cricket mat, as opposed to a cricket bat. And I'm going to co-op Gypsy over there. You don't know she's here because I have her conveniently located off screen. And it doesn't look like 2 people are watching, it says, but no one else is making comments. So, all right. So if I can hand that to you. Have you ever fed paper into a printer before?
Once or twice in my life.
Okay, because that's what this does. Did it suck it in?
Nope, it did not.
So you've not put paper in a printer before?
Yes, I have.
Try it again.
Oh, it sucked it in.
Cool. You want to hit start now?
Oh.
And then it tells me how much there is left to cut. In the meantime, I'm going to get a piece of leather and mark out this back panel. And my leather is over on the big leather pile over here. Oh. And there we are. One big piece of leather. Now for this big piece of leather, we're going to do this on the facing side as we often do because we want to check it for grossness, blemishes, and irregularities. And then I want to see if I can see what I'm looking at here.
Basically on your, I was going to tell you, on the bottom of your keyboard corner is about the furthest over we see.
Oh,
yeah.
Down to there. All right. But I can't even see what I'm doing.
I'll let you know.
Well, I can see where I'm trying to make adjustments. Is it giving me grief?
No.
Huh?
No, just checking on it.
That's good. This is such an odd shape. All right, so let's get this marked out. And although this is a custom vest, I'm able to use one of my standard pattern pieces for this.
That's good.
We got a good cut?
Looks so. No snags.
So because I can use a standard pattern piece, I can just go ahead and mark it to the length that I need. And then I can go ahead and get the rest of this marked. Hopefully people get a chance to watch this and they can let me know if they like the split screen or not. If they find it. You like it?
I think it's interesting.
Why are you making a mess of things over there?
I'm just trying to move something
And make a mess of things?
Apparently. I'm good at making messes.
Evidently.
Not as good as my dog, but you know, good at making messes.
Alright, so because I did a little bit of tidying up before I started, I'm not really on camera there though, I'll shift myself over. I had all of my rulers and markers and stuff handy, so. a little bit of forethought. A little bit of forethought. Not much. I don't know that I'm capable of much forethought. And then my good skizzers. Those are my good skizzers. These are my good skizzers. Nobody else has said anything. And I don't think anybody else is watching. Watching, too. All right, so what I need to do now is I need to get this cut real quick. What?
Nothing.
Why are you making faces?
Just the YouTube recommendations.
Oh. From me? Why?
It's not your video, but it's a girl talking about having a threesome and getting and the
Oh.
like, I'm like, whoa, hey, that's a little like, whoa, we escalated. Although beveling strands tutorial is the video next.
I am hoping that I'm not competing with that video because I don't see me doing very well against it. I've seen how the internet works.
Mm-hmm.
Leather crafting is never going to line up with porn. It's never going to compete.
Most of the world is never gonna
compete with porn.
Yeah.
Noted.
Let's just be honest here.
All right. Oh, there's my mat. Perfect. Now the nice thing about this cricket cutout is the way that it got cut out is I can actually use it essentially as a leveling guide because it's cut straight out of square paper. In this case, square as opposed to even rectangular. So let's get the rest of this cut out. Hopefully the other person watching is Jamie, but I don't know.
Probably Andy.
Huh?
I would assume Andy.
Oh, there's 3 people watching now. Lord.
I'm not watching, so.
Well, thanks. Thanks for your support, hon.
Well, I'm just checking in, you know, when you're not looking at the screen. Gotta look at my Instagrams.
Or do you mean Rango's Instagrams?
No, I'm looking at mine.
Oh, wow. 3 people watching. I can't tell if Bubbles is watching, though, so I can't yell, Bubbles!
What he's trying to say is some people should chat in the box or whatever, however you chat on these things, and say hello.
Yeah, it doesn't give me the little, hey, so-and-so is watching you. Like, I don't think I can put my mouse over the who's watching me and see who's watching me, can I? Nope.
Nope.
Nope. No idea. No idea.
It could just be random YouTube people, too.
Well, that's just creepy.
Like
well, we apparently offended one person. They're gone. Probably a discussion on porn. Although, to be fair, we got one extra person when we started talking about porn, so.
The internet is really, really great.
For porn.
Please have a fast connection.
That would be
sometimes
nice.
Have to wait.
Love to have a fast connection.
You gonna pay for it?
I'd love to have $1 million. I'm not going to pay for that. Alright, so we're almost ready to transfer this design. I'll show you how we do that. Alrighty, so there's our piece. Now what I want to do is I want to transfer it to the inside. Now what's nice about this design is I don't have to worry about flipping it because it is mirrored. What I have to do, at least with this, and I do need to keep track, there's a middle piece here that I have to cut out and place. So I have to keep this as a template guide kind of thing for later. Okay? So now what I need to do is I need to find where I want this top to be, and I think I want it fairly close to the top. I don't want it dead center middle, I want it up more towards the shoulder blades. And then what I need to do is I need to measure off the bottom to make sure that I'm going square across here. That is 1.5 inches. And that is 1.25 inches, so I'm going to have to fix that. I said 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. I think it's 1.5 inches. Okay, so let me go double check that. It's 1.5 inches on that end. And that is 1.5 inches exactly on that end. And then from the corners, I'm going to just measure these down to the ears, 6 inches. Oh, that's because it's not over adjusted properly. So now what I want to do is I want to get this position left to right properly. So I know I want to do 1.5 inches from the bottom. And then I'm going to have to measure from the edges. And the top of the ear seems to be my best frame of reference. That's 3 3/4. And that is 2 3/4. So it's got to move over towards me about 1/2 inch. Although the other thing that I can do is this. I'm going to cheat. Ready for this? There's a way to cheat. And I should have cheated earlier. So what I want to do is I want to get my Sharpie. And I want to measure the midpoint at the back. There. That mark will go away later. I want to mark my center point here. Where's my big ruler? I'm going to need it anyway. Really? Alright, I'm about to turn this live feed off because I'm about to start breaking things. And right across the top of my shoulders, I'm looking at 21 to 16 is 15, which is 7.5. Right there. That's my middle there. So now what I want to do is I want to take my design, knowing that it comes 1.5 inches up, and then place it on the center line here. And my center line is obviously the center of this fleur-de-lis and the center of the goats, which is right there where the hooves meet. So that's that. Oops, I'm gonna move this so it's right. There we go. All right, there's my center. Now I need to center the actual design. Okay, there's the center. There's my center point. Now what I need to do is make sure my height is good. It's not on this end. Inch and a half. Inch and a half. Nope, it's going to come up a little bit more on that side. Unfortunately, it was pulling the leather with it. Inch and a half. Inch and a half. Inch and a half. Inch and a half. And then I need to find my center. All right, so let me just double check my measurements here. Inch and a half. Inch and a half. Perfect. So now I know my design is right where I want it to be. So now what I want to do, just to be safe, is I'm going to go ahead and tape my design to the inside here. 3 people watching again. Nobody typing though. Because I don't want my design slipping around, especially as I'm marking it. Because when you do that, you're going to lose the position, and then you have to try to work to reline everything again. And I'm not particularly keen on that. The whole redoing of work thing doesn't appeal to me. To be fair, on occasion, the doing of work doesn't appeal to me, let alone the redoing of work. So, you know, let's just try to be honest here. Now, again, because I'm dealing with a piece of paper that's got a big chunk of it missing, the designs are inclined to want to move. So I'm just securing it in a few locations so it doesn't slide around. And I want to be very careful as I'm doing this to make sure that everything stays aligned. So what you're going to see me doing, once I get all of this stuff out of the way, and my Sharpie doesn't roll away, and my ruler doesn't fall off my table, and I don't create an avalanche of crap. Can I get my glasses? Thanks. Get my old man glasses going. And then I want to hold each of these positions as I'm marking them. And I want to make sure I get really, really nice, clean. That Sharpie feels like it's going south on me. Better. There we go. Especially when you get into some of these thin pieces, you want to be very careful that these pieces don't slide around. Now, because of the way that this is being cut, I'm actually cutting the insides of these pieces. That black piece there should be fine, maybe. I might have to trim it a little bit because I need to add enough space to have stitches, which is fine. That ends up being kind of like a game time decision as I'm doing it. I just need to make sure I have enough width in each of these sections of the leather that's remaining from what I cut to put stitches in. But what I need to do now is make sure that this is very carefully marked out. And there's another section I have to mark out as well. There's a section in through here that is black as well. So I'll have to get that stitched in. But in the meantime, I just want to get all of the sections cut that I know are getting cut from the exterior. And then I can cut that black piece out of the large piece here that I'm about to cut out. So those are some pretty detailed pieces. I'm going to be careful with those. Again, making sure I'm careful to get all these marked out so I have really, really clean lines to cut with. Oh, 4 people watching. Wow. Don't want to break the internets. All right, getting close there. The other thing I have to be very careful of, or the reason that I have to be as careful as this when you're cutting one of these out, or especially when you're marking one of these out, is that these two sides are mirrored, and you want to make sure that all of the details line up with the other side, which is going to have identical details. So you really want to make sure that you're careful about how you mark and cut these, or they become more obvious when the symmetry doesn't match up. And that's it. That's all of that mark. Now, again, there's a section I'm going to have to cut out of there. But right now, that's it. Now, this is ready to cut. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting this, but I'm not going to complete it while I'm on live video because it's going to be super, super dull to watch me, you know, basically at this point do 3-year-old craft time. All it's missing is pipe cleaners and popsicle sticks. So I'm going to take my template off. Again, I need to keep my template because there's another position that I have to, or another piece that I have to position on there accurately. So I'm going to keep that, just set it out of the way. I'm going to get this tape off the rest of this leather. And there you have it. There is my mirrored fleur-de-lis goat image. So that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut. But in the meantime, I think that's going to be it for the live feed. I got a chance to experiment with it. I have no idea how well it worked, but I'm going to go check it out later and see how it looks. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.